Okay, first part of this project was I needed to get the paint that I had put on the fore-end and stock off. It was painted black. Now it is not. I've taken all the paint off using paint stripper. Worked pretty good. Made a big nasty mess in there. Didn't take very long at all. So that's done. And then I took the paint thinner and wiped it off with it, and I've let it dry. Probably let it dry. I didn't let it dry too long. I just let it dry longer than what they said. It really didn't have to dry that long, but I let it sit for basically 24 hours. So now my next project is I would really like what I'd really like to do is go buy a synthetic stock and fore-end, but I don't want to spend the money. Plus, I want the experience of putting Duracoat on wood. So, to kind of bring this firearm, I guess, kind of up to date, I want to put a new recoil pad on it. So this one is a Remington recoil pad that fits on a wood stock. So what I'm going to do is basically, I'm going to do this myself instead of taking it to a gunsmith. Just going to take this, measure out the distance from the end here, and come in here and cut this out, sand it up, straighten everything out, and then attach the recoil pad. And that's where I'm at. Also, I have to start sanding the gun down itself. So that's it. Okay, I have finished degreasing and sanding everything and taping it all up. So I'm about to spray this, and I changed the color that I was going to do it. I was going to do it tactical black, but I'm not really using this as a self-defense gun or anything like that, so I'm not worried really about anybody seeing it. I really just wanted it to be a little bit stock, so I'm going with I think they call it Remington 870 color on everything. Yeah, Remington 870 black. Doubt that's going to focus in as usual, but that's it. Remington 870 black, the whole thing. It's just going to be probably not even a hunting gun, mostly just sporting clay, target shooting, I don't know, maybe duck hunting or turkey hunting or something. But anyway, I just don't really have to have it tactical black. So and I like the looks of my Remington 870, the black on it, and it's not super duper reflectable, but you know, anyway, I'm about to spray it. I still got to hang the fore-end and stock, but everything's sanded down. I sanded, by the way, as the instructions, I sanded down the stock and fore-end with 220. Sanded everything else with 400 grit. This stock was actually painted. Took the paint off with paint thinner, as I showed you before. So it basically that brought it down to bare wood after I sanded it. So I guess I just started the instructions from there. So which it says if you're doing bare wood, which is what this is, went to 220 grit sandpaper and sanded it. Before that, I'd actually sanded it with I think 100 grit. So anyway, everything's sanded up good. I'm about to spray it. Okay, I'm done with the initial spraying. I've got pretty much 3 or 4 coats on it, and it looks really awesome. I love the way it's turned out. And that's that, now you can't see there with glare, but that's that Remington 870 black on a Remington gun. So it's made to be that way. Anyway, or look that way. What I was wanting to show you now is after you do this on wood, after your first coat, Duracoat said to sand it real lightly. So I took 600 grit sandpaper and just sanded over it just a little. You can tell that it's rough underneath, like when you get wood wet, some of the wood fibers rise up. So you have to go over it with a little sandpaper after your first coat, and then I'll probably put an additional 3 or 4 coats on top of this. So the fore end and the stock are sanded lightly. You can see right there I took a little too much off, but anyway. Also, a buddy of mine wanted his Navy, I believe it's a Navy survival knife made by Ontario. The markings are Ontario 1-86. It's supposed to be like some Navy survival knife, so I don't know how old it is exactly. And I don't know if it's made by Camelus, I think is how you pronounce it, but the one we found on the internet was, so this might be. Anyway, I'm going to do that knife for him. I'm probably just going to do it in this Remington black. He said he didn't care what color, so I think he just wants it to protect it, so there's not like a tactical thing with it or theme, so I'm not going to mix up another batch of tactical black. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'll get to spraying this again. Well, everything's done now. I've got I've put so many coats on the stock and fore end that I don't really know how many are on there. I know there's at least 5. There may be 7. I wasn't real sure how the wear was going to be on the wood, so I just really probably overdid it, but you know, can't hurt anything. So the knife's done of my buddy's. If you can see, it turned out really cool. He's also got a Remington 870 that's black, so that'll like match his gun perfectly. Went over the barrel 2 more coats, so it's probably got really 5 coats on it. That's pretty much everything. I will probably let this sit for, you can reassemble it I think in 24 hours, but I'm gonna get fixing to go on vacation anyway, so probably I'm just gonna let this sit here and hang for I guess total it will be around 4 or 5 days before I even reassemble it, so it'll be good and hardened up. So that's it, and when I get it back together, that'll be the next shot. Well, this is the final product. I am done. It's been about 5 days I think, and the gun turned out awesome. I still am gonna, I've just assembled it, but I'm still gonna wait before I use it for 3 more weeks. It's been almost a week, so I went ahead and I'm back from my vacation, so I went ahead and put it back together, and it just looks awesome. The camera I'm sure doesn't do it justice, but the finish on it is just perfect. The finish on the wood's perfect. I mean, it just came out great. The only part I have left that's not black is the bolt carrier right there, or the actually that's the bolt, but and if I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but there's a little white stripe on this little plastic piece here. I'm just gonna leave that like it is. Kind of is a nice little accent, but anyway, it turned out great. Let me turn it over. Really trying hard not to bump it against anything and scratch it. So you can see the detail work there. I really wish my camera could focus in better, but it just turned out awesome. So, man, if anybody out there wants to do this, try it. You know, practice up on it a little bit and then give it a try. It turned out great. If you got any questions, just put them in there. I'll try to answer them. Turned out great. I think the guy's knife I did turned out really good too, that you saw earlier, and he wants to do his 30-30 because he's got a Marlin 30-30 that's rusting on him, so I'm going to do it for him. But anyway, that's the gun. Turned out great. Remington 1100 in REM Rim 870 black. Turned out great. Thanks for watching.